Hey, boys and girls, today we're going to work on Module 15, Lesson 5, which is multiplying decimals and whole numbers, except today we're going to deal with two-digit whole numbers and two-digit decimals. We're going to work on the area model, and I'm also going to sneak in the lesson for the standard algorithm for this today, which is just how we normally multiply, right? You've done two-digit multiplication. This is no different. So you just at the end, you got to throw the decimal in, and we'll talk about where it's going to go. I'm going to start off with the area model. So we did this before the other day with two-digit times one-digit. Well, today, now we're going to have two-digit times two-digits, so we're going to need more blocks. So we're still going to break these numbers apart, kind of like we did with the last lesson. 26 is going to end up being 20 and 6. 47 hundredths is going to be 4 tenths, and it's also going to be 7 hundredths. Okay, so you're still going to be doing this the same way that we've done the other area models, except for this one, it's going to be 20 times 4 tenths. Okay, because this is the length and the width here. The length here is still 20. Now the width here is going to be 7 hundredths. Oh, sorry, mouse is acting up. 7 hundredths. Down here now my length is 6, but my width is 4 tenths. And then my length is still 6. My width now here is 7 hundredths. So to solve this area model, we just would have to do all of these multiplication problems, right? So what I like to do is I just like to multiply those numbers. So 20 times 4 I know is 80. Okay, and then there's one digit behind, so there needs to be one digit behind there. So my answer would be 8. Okay, and this is a skill that you're going to be learning for the standard multiplication. 20 times 7 I know is 140. Okay, there's two numbers behind the decimal here, so there should be two numbers behind the decimal in the answer, so I get 1 and 4 tenths, or 1 and 40 hundredths. 6 times 4 is 24. One number behind the decimal in the problem, so one number should be behind the decimal in the answer. 6 times 7 is 42. Okay, so then two numbers are behind the decimal in the problem. Two numbers should be behind the decimal in the answer. And then to solve this, we would add them all together. So I have 8. I have 1 and 4 tenths. I have 2 and 4 tenths. Sorry about that. And then I have 42 hundredths. Now, you could add them all together like this, or you could break them apart. I'm going to add them together just like this. Okay, I've got a 2 in the hundredths place, 4, 8, 12 in the tenths place. Put down my 2, carry my 1. 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 1 is 10, plus 2 is 12. So my answer for this one would be 12 and 22 hundredths. Okay, now if I'm doing, that's the whole area model, right? So the answer would be 12 and 22 hundredths. If I'm doing my standard algorithm, I would say 26 times 47 hundredths. Okay. All right, so 7 times, multiply the 7 by everything on top. So 7 times 6 is 42. Put down my 2, carry my 4. 7 times 2 is 14, plus that 4 is 18. I like to cross out that 4 so I don't forget that I've already used that. Okay, so then I put down my 0 because now I'm multiplying by the next place value column. So 4 times 6 is 24. I put down my 4. I carry my 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Okay, so then 2 plus 0 is 2. 8 plus 4 is 12. Put down my 2, carry my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus nothing is 1. Now, I have to look at how many numbers are behind the decimal in the problem, 2. So I need 2 numbers behind the decimal in the answer. So my answer is still, same things, 12 and 22 hundredths. It's just shown the more standard way. You'll do that more. Standard algorithm, you do that more than you will any other strategy, but it's good to see where the numbers come from when we're doing these problems, because even if I was to add the 8 and the 1 and 4 tenths, the 8 and then the 1 and 4 tenths would plus the 2 and 4 tenths and the 42 hundredths, that would give me the answer, but that's just a little bit longer to do. If I added this column, the 7 tenths here, that would give me 1 and 82 hundredths. Well, guess what? That's where this comes from, because you're multiplying by the 7 hundredths. And then if you add these columns together, 8 plus 2 and 4 tenths is 10 and 4 tenths, which is that column. Okay, so that's just kind of the connection I wanted to show between how the area model and the standard algorithm are kind of connected. It's just showing when you multiply by the 7 hundredths, this is what you're going to get on one number. If you multiply by the 4/10, that's what you're going to get for the other side. All right. This should definitely help you guys with today's lesson and a lot of other lessons that are coming. All right. Good luck with today and in the future. Take care.